Hello, Richmond County residents. Celeste Gotell coming to you from Senior Center Without Walls for Richmond County with the July 5th to July 12th edition of What's Happening, a calendar that we produce monthly to let older adults throughout Richmond County know about different activities and events that are taking place that might be of interest. We've been partnering with Tillil Community Television in getting this calendar to you since November. I produce it weekly and they air it at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. This is a really important aspect of an age-friendly community to make sure that communication with our older adults and information is available to people so that they can participate and be socially active. So I'm going to start off with Saturday. So Saturday, our community markets in Almadam will be resuming for the summer, and this one will be taking place from 10 to 1 p.m. and it's at the Rocky Bay Irish Club Hall in Rocky Bay. It's my understanding that they'll be every second Saturday. So this will be the first one. So I've been there and it's worth checking out. There's also an acoustic music session happening in the afternoon from 2 to 4 at Legion Branch 150 in Ayrshire. So anybody that is musically inclined and loves music, that's something that you could drop in and take part in on Saturday the 5th. On to Sunday, as you know, in Richmond County, there's always a breakfast to be found somewhere in Richmond County, yummy breakfast. First Sunday of the month is the Legion Branch 150 breakfast in Ayrshire. That takes place from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. Now, there's other markets that are starting up for the summer as well. The Johnstown Artisan and Outdoor Market will take place from 10 to 1 p.m. And theirs is actually every week, and it's going to go right through till September. Now, that afternoon, there's a strawberry festival happening at the Johnstown Parish Hall. It's from 2 to 4 p.m., so there'll be lots of strawberries there, biscuits, oat cakes, tea, etc. And there'll also be the same day, actually, at the Shrine, there'll be an outdoor mass at 2 p.m. Now, I'm mentioning this because the Richmond Men's Choir will be singing. So if you're interested in that, that takes place at 2 o'clock and at the Sacred Heart Church in Johnstown on Highway 4. You should bring along your own chair for that. On to Monday the 7th. So the first Monday of every month, the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall has a mass at 9:30 a.m. So that will be taking place on the 7th. And for this month, Cafe Reminence will be taking place at River Roots in River Bourgeois from 1 to 2:30. And if you're interested in partaking in that, you can call Rachel at the Dr. Kingston Center to register for that. That evening, the St. George Channel Hall will have their bi-weekly song circle from 6:30 till about 9. The doors open at 9. All levels of talent are welcome. It's by donation, and there'll be a light lunch available at that time. On to Tuesday the 8th. So the River Roots Farm Stand opens on Tuesday from 10 to 7 p.m. It's always good to call ahead if you're planning on going early or late in the day in case they've run out of produce. River Roots Meals with Friends will also be happening on Tuesday the 8th. There's 2 seatings, one at 11:30, one at 12:30, and you have to call River Roots to register for which one you'd like to attend, and that's by donation. The blacksmithing demonstrations at Lenoir, I always pronounce that wrong, Lenoir Forge at Ayrshire are taking place from 2 to 4 p.m. And that's every Tuesday and Thursday that you could take part in that. So that's really exciting, and that will be for the summer. And that evening, Acadian Bistro at La Picasse Center in Petit de Gras at 5 p.m. They'll be having a bistro. I believe it's every Tuesday, possibly every second Tuesday. That evening, the Almadam New Horizons Club will have their beanbag toss. There'll also be a Tuesday Island Tunes, and that's taking place at the St. John's Center for Arts at Ayrshire. It's local music. It's at 6:30, and it's donations at the door, and the refreshments will be served. So that's going to be every Tuesday as well. So that's really exciting. On to Wednesday morning, regular morning coffee at the St. George's Channel from 10 to 12 noon. Tea in the museum at Lenoir Landing in Ayrshire from 2 to 4 p.m. And that you can enjoy a cup of tea, conversations, treats, etc. It's $8 per person. And if you're a member of the Almadam Historical Society, it's $6. Concerts by the Sea is going to be starting. So those are free, and those are put on by the municipality, featuring incredible talent from all over our county. And this week's is taking place at the St. Peter's Marina from 6 to 7:30 p.m. So that's Wednesday the 9th. And there's also a rain venue. So that will be at the St. Peter's Lions Hall. So in case of inclement weather, it'll be at the St. Peter's Lions Hall. Otherwise, you can take it in at the St. Peter's Marina. On to Thursday the 10th, Coffee and Conversation will be happening at the West Bay Center from 10 till 12 noon. And there'll be another blacksmithing demonstration in Ayrshire at Lenoir Forge from 2 to 4 p.m. Another musical event is taking place this summer, and that's called Kitchen Rackets. Those are summer jam sessions. They're at 7:30 at the St. Peter's Lions Marina. And folks are invited to come and sit with local musicians. It's free admission, although donations will be accepted. And you can bring along your own instruments. That evening, there'll be a card game at the Discouse Civic Improvement Hall. That's 45 card game, and that's at 7:30 p.m. That brings us to Friday. So Friday the 11th, there'll be an art exhibition taking place at the La Picasse in Petit de Gras from 10 till 3 p.m. And that is featuring local artists. So that's something that might be really interesting to take in. There's also going to be, this one is in French, but there's also going to be another activity taking place at La Picasse, and that is with Adele Boudreau, and participants will be invited to come and help paint a backdrop. So that takes place from 6 to 8 p.m. And if you want to register for that session, you can call La Picasse at 226-0149. There's going to be 4 in total, so you can register for one or for all 4 sessions. That brings us to the end of the week, which is Saturday the 12th. So again, the art exhibition that's taking place at La Picasse featuring local artists will continue on, and that will be from 10 till 12 noon on the 12th. And the Almadam New Horizons Club is having a dance with Evelyn McCrae, and that's from 8 till 11 p.m. For both members and non-members, but you need to call to make sure that there are still tickets available. So that wraps up the week of July 12th. Excuse me. Pardon me. A person's got to sneeze when they've got to sneeze. So as I mentioned, this is a partnership that we have with Talil Community Television, and it's possible because we received a grant through the Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care, Age-Friendly Communities, to run the Senior Center Without Walls. Bringing information is one of the key activities that we do as part of the center to make sure that people know what's going on. And I'll be back with next week's edition of What's Happening. Wishing you all a great day and stay well until then.